Hello everybody and welcome here to the University of New Mexico. Tyler Ortega here as we've got the Albuquerque Sol FC getting ready to take on the BYU Cougars. Kickoff scheduled here at 7:30 p.m. Mountain Time. Again, that is 7:30 p.m. Mountain Time, so we're just a little bit under half an hour away from kickoff. We're going to step aside for just a moment and we'll be back with a little bit of a pregame show for you guys. Again, don't go anywhere. You're watching ProView Networks. It's a great place to be seen.
I am never getting married. Never. Guaranteed.
You picked a beautiful ring.
Thank you. We're never having kids.
I love it here.
We are never moving to the suburbs.
We are never getting one of those. We're never having another kid.
I'm pregnant.
I'm never letting go.
For all the nevers in life, talk to State Farm agent Michelle Rudolph or Marty Size in Albuquerque.
The Barley Brew, proud sponsor of ProView Networks for over 9 years, is pleased to introduce Black Iron Catering. From weddings and family reunions to birthdays and office parties, Black Iron Catering is perfect for any event. Contact Jamie at 505-459-8259 and book your event today. Black Iron Catering, let us bring our kitchen to you.
Hello, mate. It's me, Rusty the Sports Clown. Just kidding, I don't speak French. Check me out, it's gonna be so much fun. See ya.
Hey Lobo fans, I'm Sarah.
And I'm Samantha.
Jaguar Land Rover Albuquerque has been a family-owned business since 1988. The 2017 Jaguar F-Pace has been named the winner of the 2017 World Car of the Year and World Car Design of the Year.
Land Rover's signature terrain response system is flawless against any curveball New Mexico weather can throw at you.
We have a class-leading extended warranty on all Jags and Land Rovers and one of the greatest pre-owned inventories in the state of New Mexico.
Call 505-797-3600 to schedule a test drive.
Oh, no, it might be an own goal. And that's a goal.
Beautiful ball. Keeper came out to meet it, and then it went through her hands. Sydney, box. Still over the ball. There we go. Right off the bat. This is Friedrich. He missed the free kick, and he misses the big kick. Here we go. Pure top corner. The rush on PKs. 4-3 on the penalty kick. Barella with a shot.
There it is.
There's a third. Beautiful build-up. There's the equalizer. Is it Vega? It is. Jason Vega. There's Marquez, and it's over. Marcus comes up huge. He stops two of them.
forget, every ProView Network sporting event is on sale at our DVD store. Go to www.proviewNetworks.com to buy your DVD today.
For 55 years, people have bought trucks from Tillery in Los Lunas. We have a great selection of vehicles, the quality service department, and some of the best deals in the state. But most importantly, we found people prefer to buy trucks from people who actually drive trucks.
Tillery is a proud supporter of ProView Sports Network. Locally owned and operated, located in Los Lunas, right off I-25, exit 203. Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Gecko's Bar and Tapas, a proud supporter of ProView Networks. It's been a fan favorite spot for food lovers and sports fans. With not one, but 2 great locations, including outdoor patio, an atmosphere you won't want to miss. Gecko's, off Academy and in Nob Hill. Visit the Frontier Restaurant. Due to heavy construction on Central, take lead or coal coming north or south. The Frontier Restaurant. Get your Frontier fix on. Car Crafters, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Are you sure we're supposed to be doing this?
Don't worry, I've watched him do it 1,000 times. Come on, what's the worst that can happen?
No! Bad dog!
Hi, welcome to Car Crafters. What happened? Don't worry, we'll make it like it never happened.
Car Crafters, it's like it never happened.
Terry Cosper Insurance Agency is a proud partner with ProView Networks and a proud supporter of New Mexico High School athletics. Terry's been a local farmer's agent for over 20 years for auto, home, life, and business insurance. Just like high school sports are important, so are teen drivers. For more information, call Terry or one of his licensed staff members at 898-5556. Quotes are available for you.
Altitude Sports Grill is where Albuquerque's sports fans won't miss a game. With locally crafted brews on tap and refreshingly crisp cocktails. Located in Hotel Cascada, Albuquerque residents find a staycation worth staying for. Catching Lobo sports, enjoying a beer on the beach, or wiping out, Hotel Cascada is home to your urban adventure. Affordable guest rooms, no-hassle water park parties, and much more.
Garden Sorts Team Sales is a proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Get into the game. Garden Schwartz Team Sales features fine products and apparel from Wilson, Schutt Sports, Speedline, and Russell Athletics. We offer custom embroidery and screen printing services for all of your school or club needs, from team uniforms to school letter jackets. Specializing in all sports and serving all communities, from big schools to small schools, from up north to down south, or all points in between. Garden Schwartz Team Sales. For great prices, friendly staff, and quality products, call Garden Schwartz Team Sales today at 1-800-880-7767. That's 1-800-880-7767. Since 1939, Garden Schwartz Team Sales is a proud supporter of New Mexico youth athletics.
Sure, you could get him a new car. You could also light a pile of money on fire. So maintaining this old car is your best option. Keep it running longer, stronger, with quality parts and a whole lot of Napa know-how.
getting married. Never. Guaranteed.
You picked a beautiful ring.
Thank you. We're never having kids.
Come over here.
We are never moving to the suburbs.
We are never getting one of those. We're never having another kid.
I'm pregnant.
I'm never letting go.
For all the nevers in life, talk to State Farm agent Michelle Rudolph or Marty Size in Albuquerque.
The Barley Room, proud sponsor of ProView Networks for over 9 years, is pleased to introduce Black Iron Catering. From weddings and family reunions to birthdays and office parties, Black Iron Catering is perfect for any event. Contact Jamie at 505-459-8259 and book your event today. Black Iron Catering. Let us bring our kitchen to you.
Hello, mate. It's me, Rusty the Sports Clown. Just kidding, I don't speak French. Check me out, it's gonna be so much fun. See ya.
Hey Lobo fans, I'm Sarah.
And I'm Samantha.
Jaguar Land Rover Albuquerque has been a family-owned business since 1988. The 2017 Jaguar F-Pace has been named the winner of the 2017 World Car of the Year and World Car Design of the Year.
Land Rover's signature terrain response system is flawless against any curveball New Mexico weather can throw at you.
We have a class-leading extended warranty on all Jags and Land Rovers and one of the greatest pre-owned inventories in the state of New Mexico.
Call 505-797-3600 to schedule a test drive.
Hey, can you hear me?
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Red Menace TV here on ProView Network. Leroy Lucero along with Michael Carlisle and our special guest, Brian Despain, the
Assistant Athletic Director for football.
That's it, Assistant Athletic Director for football. I always mess it up. That's why I always ask, hey, go ahead and just say what it is, because I'm not sure.
I'll answer to anything, though, so you're good.
There you go. All right. So I just call him Coach Despain, though you're not really officially listed as a coach. You're an AD now.
Yeah, not an on-field coach. So my role is a little more administrative in nature. You know, a lot of the behind-the-scenes things, budget, academics, facilities, fundraising, all the stuff that can and will go wrong. I try to take care of all of that so that the coaches can focus on the players and the scheme and getting those guys right, and I take care of all the rest of it for them.
Awesome. Well, the main reason we wanted to bring you in, obviously here on ProView Networks, we deal a lot with New Mexico high school athletics, New Mexico high school football, predominantly Albuquerque, predominantly Rio Rancho, and then, you know, other teams that come in as well, broadcasting all the games, showing those games live. Football camps are coming up. That's a huge thing for, well, obviously all colleges, but for New Mexico, that's a huge thing. When do the camps start and what's going on and what can some of the young...
Hello, mate. It's me, Rusty the Sports Clown. Just kidding, I don't speak French. Check me out, it's gonna be so much fun. See ya.
Hey Lobo fans, I'm Sarah.
And I'm Samantha.
Jaguar Land Rover Albuquerque has been a family-owned business since 1988. The 2017 Jaguar F-Pace has been named the winner of the 2017 World Car of the Year and World Car Design of the Year.
Land Rover's signature terrain response system is flawless against any curveball New Mexico weather can throw at you.
We have a class-leading extended warranty on all Jags and Land Rovers and one of the greatest pre-owned inventories in the state of New Mexico.
Call 505-797-3600 to schedule a test drive.
Oh no, it might be an own goal. And that's a goal.
Beautiful ball. Keeper came out to meet it, then it went through her hands. Sydney, box, still over the ball. There we go. kick, and he misses the big kick. Here we go. Pure top corner. The rush on PKs. 4-3 on the penalty kick. Varela with a shot.
There it is.
There's a third. Beautiful build-up. There's the equalizer.
Is it Vega?
It is.
Jason Vega.
He saved Marquez.
And it's over. Wow.
Marquez comes up huge. He stops two of them. The winner of the game. Oh, yes.
And Eddie.
Hello everybody and welcome here to the University of New Mexico soccer field. We've got the Albuquerque Sol FC getting ready to take on the BYU Cougars. Tyler Ortega here, I'll be on play-by-play, joined by JJ Buck. JJ does play-by-play for the Lobo men's soccer team. First off, welcome in JJ. Glad to have you here as part of the team for today. So give us a quick little breakdown of what you're expecting to see here today.
Well, this should be an interesting contest given the fact BYU played their first game of the season on May 7th. So they have a very big jump start on Albuquerque in terms of just team chemistry and the amount of practice time. While BYU also played their last game 3 weeks ago, but it's still a lot of time to put in the work. And what I'm looking for tonight in game 2 of the regular season for Albuquerque is better communication, and especially defensively, the back four and how they communicate with each other and with the goalkeeper. FC Tucson scored 4 goals on the Sol this past weekend, and going up against a team in BYU that's going to come out with a 3-5-2 formation. They're going to put a lot of bodies forward, so the communication on the back end for Albuquerque is going to be very important, especially early in this game tonight.
Now, you mentioned BYU played 3 weeks ago to the day. Now, they played Tucson. They had them on back-to-back games, on back-to-back days. The first game, they won 3-0. The second game came around, drew 1-1. So they left out of Tucson, 4 points in the bag. And like you said, that's a good jump start there for BYU.
It's a really good start to the season. And BYU is different with the other teams in the PDL, given the fact that they're the only PDL team that's actually sponsored by a university. And for BYU, gives them a lot more time to bring the talent together and develop it, and that's a good start to the season for the Cougars. And part of that communication also for the Albuquerque Sol on the back line, it means pushing the ball forward. And a duo to watch tonight is the UNM combo that's starting up top of Sam Gleadle and Luke Lawrence. Both these players will be seniors next season for Jeremy Fishbein and the University of New Mexico. Can they get some chances against this BYU team that is going to have the 3 center backs back there? So they're going to have some lanes to run if they can get the ball forward.
Now, you mentioned Gleadle and Luke Lawrence. They are the 2 goal scorers from the last game against FC Tucson. Both of them put it in from the penalty spot. Gleadle's coming in the 38th. Luke Lawrence is coming in the 89th. Now, you mentioned BYU running a back 3, so they're going to have some fullbacks there running up and down the flanks. How do you think this back 4 of the Sol is going to be able to handle that, especially giving up 4 to Tucson in their last match?
Yeah, and it's going to be a lot about what the work they put in this week when they got back to practice. In Albuquerque, they're going with the classic 4-4-2 formation. So they are going to get plenty of help from the midfielders, especially Nico Perez and Adrian Mora Delgado. Defensively, they're going to be tasked with being in front of that back 4. So early on, you just want to see all those pieces working together, and eventually, can you get that breakout and get Gleadle or Lawrence, who They scored on PK, so they got confidence early in the season. Can they find one in the run of play?
Now for this back four, they're going to have to try to contain number 9. He's one of the strikers for BYU, Blake Frischnet. He banked in 2 against Phoenix. This is over the 2 legs. He scored 2. Cam McLaughlin, the other starting striker there, also had a goal. And also the midfielder, Connor Fordham, actually got one in from the spot. So 2 games played for BYU. They've got 4 goals, again, scoring 3 in the first, beating Tucson 3-0, then drawing their second game 1-1. So that puts BYU at one win, no losses, 1 tie. That's second here in the Western Conference of the PDL. The Sol 0-1-0. That has them in 5th place, which is dead last. So obviously the Sol, a big game here for the Sol, especially given that they're not playing at their normal home stadium of St. Pius High School. They have the game here at UNM. It should be an exciting atmosphere, JJ. We're going to go ahead and step aside for just a moment, and we'll be back with kickoff. Once again, you're watching ProView Sports Network. It's a great place to be seen.
Don't forget, every ProView Network sporting event is on sale at our DVD store. Go to www.proviewnetworks.com to buy your DVD today.
For 55 years, people have bought trucks from Tillery in Los Lunas. We have a great selection of vehicles, the quality service department, and some of the best deals in the state. But most importantly, we found people prefer to buy trucks from people who actually drive trucks.
Tillery is a proud supporter of ProView Sports Network. Locally owned and operated, located in Las Lunas, right off I-25, exit 203. Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Gecko's Bar and Tapas, a proud supporter of ProView Networks. It's been a fan favorite spot for food lovers and sports fans. With not 1, but 2 great locations, including outdoor patio, an atmosphere you won't want to miss. Gecko's, off Academy and in Nob Hill. Visit the Frontier Restaurant. Due to heavy construction on Central, take lead or coal coming north or south. The Frontier Restaurant. Get your Frontier fix on.
For the visitors, BYU.
And we are back. Our teams are now on the pitch. As you can see, that is your Albuquerque Sol there on the left in the yellow. And BYU is there on the right side in their traditional blue and white. I mean, when you look at this game, JJ, it's basically UNM versus BYU. So you know there's going to be some fireworks going on here.
Yeah, and it's a great opportunity as well to get that energy from the crowd. One of 3 games Albuquerque Sol are going to be playing here at the UNM Soccer Complex this season, and you're seeing the fans already filling up the bleachers, and you know with the, as you mentioned, the amount of Lobo fans here, they're going to have that much more energy to go against BYU. It doesn't matter what you're playing water polo, you could be playing putt-putt golf. Fans in New Mexico root against BYU any chance they get.
That's how it goes. So we expect to see a good match here tonight, as I believe they're going through some lineup introductions here. We'll go ahead and give you the starting 11 for BYU. In the net, we have Brendan Ottman as their 3 center backs. It's going to be Matt Kurtz, Mitch Scott, and Junior Lardy. The 5 midfielders are going to be Connor Fordham, Christian Guthrie, Tanner Whitworth, Seth Fankhauser, and who I'm guessing is his brother, Taylor Fankhauser. And then atop the 3-5-2, you're going to have Cam McLaughlin and also Blake Frischnet. And they are coached, again, by head coach Brandon Gilliam. Now, Coach Gilliam's been a part of that BYU program for quite a while. Why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit about that, JJ?
Yeah, Brandon Gilliam was a player BYU freshman season 2002 when he transitioned to the coaching staff in 2008 after his playing career ended. Now he's the head coach of the Cougars, and that's just stability you don't see, especially in the PDL, which adds to the kind of talent that BYU can recruit on campus, and then the chemistry they have in terms of knowing what to expect year in and year out with the team.
And BYU does not field an NCAA soccer team. That is why they are here in the PDL. They've been in the PDL since 2003. So, and also I was down there talking to the assistant coach is David Sullivan there. He's the head coach at St. Pius High School. We'll get to that in just a moment. We've got the national anthem coming up.
Whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And a great rendition there of our national anthem. So as I was saying, I was talking to one of the assistant coaches here, David Sullivan, for the Albuquerque Sol. Now when it comes to the PDL, he told me that 80% of the first rounders taken in last year's MLS draft played in the PDL. So this is a really big stepping stone for youth American soccer players looking to break through.
It is, and also one of the things with the Albuquerque Sol roster, a lot of international players as well. So I had the opportunity to talk with Marshall Miller about that, and he said one of the things he was looking forward to with the opportunity to play with the Albuquerque Sol and the PDL is listening to everyone. He said it's so important when you come into an environment like this to not think you know everything. Learn something from a player that might play in a different conference across the country, a player that's coming from an entire different country. And that's part of the challenge of this group when they come together as well to build that team chemistry. So I'm looking forward to Game 2 tonight with more practice under their belt, how the Sol come out against BYU.
So you said it, they're running a 4-4-2 are the Sol. Let's go ahead and give you the starting 11 in goal. We've got Tyler Pavlet. At the left back position, we've got Marshall Miller. Our two center backs, Kareem Salem, Dylan Nino. The right back, Yuri Domiciano. In the midfield, we've got Nico Perez, Sammy Kasai, Grayson DuPont, and Pat Pacheco. And leading the attack, the two up top, Luke Lawrence and Sam Gleedle. Again, Lawrence and Gleedle both netting from the spot in their last match against FC Tucson, where they were on the wrong side of the result, 4-2. Tucson took that game. So should be a good one here. So it looks like we're just about ready to get things underway. Got both teams out on the pitch right now. And also, we got to throw a big shout out to everybody here at Albuquerque Sol. They do such a great job putting all these events on, especially the games that they have at UNM. It's just a great atmosphere, and it's something that I think the city of Albuquerque has needed, quite frankly, with not necessarily an upper soccer team, but something more than just the Lobos.
Well, with the vision the Sol bring to the Albuquerque Sol, their goal is to climb the ladder in terms of professional soccer, maybe become a USL team, and then see what happens after this. But it's a lot of fun watching this squad right now. The mix of local players at UNM. A lot of Utah Valley represented on this current squad, and then the international flavor makes for an exciting brand of football for the fans here tonight.
And it looks like we're about ready to go here. Our officials looking at each other. We've got Luke Lawrence, Sam Gleedle there in the center circle, and we're off and running. Albuquerque Sol FC, BYU Cougars. So the Sol will try to play it out of the back, starting here with Dylan Nino. So first off here, JJ, what do you expect to see from the Sol in the early minutes?
Well, they want to try to keep possession, just gave it away right there, because this BYU team, right when they get on the ball, they're going to look to put the ball towards the box.
And BYU trying to get down into the flank is, let's see, that's at number 3. That's Connor Fordham. Scored a goal this season here, and they'll kick it all the way back to the right center back, I guess. They're running a back 3 here, our BYU. So, as we said, looking to get some pressure on this Sol and their back line. And pushing down the flank, that's Pat Pacheco. And it's going to be sent away for a BYU throw.
And early on, you can see right there the opportunities. If the Sol get on that counterattack, there's going to be space both down the left and right side against the back 3. But it also shows the kind of confidence BYU has in that midfield to go with a 3-5-2. You have to have a lot of confidence in both your wingbacks in this situation, but it should be fun because the opportunities will be there for Albuquerque.
So the throw comes into Frischnet, and he's got Fordham cutting here. And that was a good tackle to take that ball away. Now over to Dylan Nino. They'll just get it right back. So the Sol here in their first couple of possessions looking to play through this back right side. Feed the pass up and taken right back. A few careless passes early on here, JJ.
And that's one of the things that's really important early on in the season as you're trying to learn everyone's tendencies on the field. It's possess the ball, get some confidence with it early, and build the attack.
Now a little through ball here, controlling. That's Blake Frischnet, and it's stripped away. And heading back the other way. And it's going to be given right back. A little scrum there in the midfield. Frischnet gets it back, turns it right back over, straight to Sammy Kasai. Now the Sol. I wonder what Coach Gordon was instilling in them before the game. Not even looking upfield. In that last match against FC Tucson, they were primarily playing, the long vertical game were the Sol. Trying to get a through ball there over the top of the defense, and now looking content to just play through the back. It's Yuri Domiciano there. Looking for a foul, nothing given.
And that's thrown for BYU.
So the throw now. It's going to come into Cam McLaughlin and taken right back by the Sol. Straight to the back line. That's Nico Perez. And he was looking for Dylan Nino here on this right flank. Nino getting forward in an advanced position, leaving back 3 there, and that ball just kicked away. Careless pass.
Yeah, but overall, you see everyone getting a touch of the ball. Albuquerque not being too aggressive early, gaining a little bit of that confidence. But it's a filling out process because especially 3-5-2 is not a formation you see a lot in the PDL.
Right.
But you'll start to see when they get the touches, and especially that midfield, they'll see what is available. Probably start trying some long balls once the confidence builds.
And that evening sun there in the eyes of some of the players down on the pitch. I'm sure they'll be real grateful here in about an hour when that's a non-factor, if even that far. Because that does have a huge impact when you're trying to judge how much weight to put on the ball and stuff like that. Trying to work down the sideline. That was Taylor Fankhauser.
Especially for the Sol players on the left side right now and all the BYU players on the right side, judging any crosses coming your way as well.
Yeah, and that could play a factor here for goalkeeper Tyler Pavlett if they get a cross from this this corner here. As we've got a through ball going in, that's Sam Gleedle. And it's going to head out, and we've got our first corner of the match. So heading over to take the corner for the Soul, Grayson DuPont. Sure, he's going to be looking there for big number 9, the physical Luke Lawrence. See, and you can see that sun being a factor there in the eyes. And not a great delivery in. It's going to be sent back out, and the Soul come up with a throw.
DuPont there not able to beat the first man on the corner, but DuPont is a new member of the Lobo men's soccer team, so he's going to be very familiar with this field next season.
You know, and getting to the field itself, you know, the Soul typically play their home matches at St. Pius High School, where the grass is significantly thicker. And good ball put back in, asking for a handball. The ref not giving, and it's going to be gathered up by Brendan Ottman. So the Soul showing flashes here early on.
And I think the BYU backline, including the keeper right there, were caught by surprise. I don't think anyone thought Nino was going to be able to keep that one in play, but does a great job of sending it back right towards the keeper.
So Nino playing more of a fullback role here for the Soul. He's been getting upfield quite a bit. As they're going to get it to Kasai now in the midfield. And he'll switch it over to Marshall Miller. There's Dylan Nino. Nino will just play it back. It's a good challenge there from Dylan Nino. Nobody there in the midfield to gather it up. Now Kasai tries to step up, guard Fankhauser. Kasai comes up with the steal. It's Kareem Salem back there, number 20 for the Soul. Now back up to Kasai. The Soul very persistent of trying to play up through the back. Really trying to work the flanks here. Kasai now in the midfield. Up to Lawrence. Lawrence unable to control it with his first touch. BYU turns it right back over again. Nico Perez looking for Dylan Nino, and Nino's got to run down the right side. Guarded one-on-one. Pass back up to Grayson DuPont. DuPont couldn't find anything now to Perez. Perez tries to chip over, sent away, and BYU will come back up and clear. And sent right back. It was sent back by Miller, gathered up by Gleedle. Taken right away by Tanner Whitworth.
And this is exactly how Matt Gordon wanted the Soul to start the game tonight. Confidence, possession, and early opportunities.
And I think possession as Kasai gets a rip into that one. Straight into Ottman's hands. So BYU now. Number 16, Matt Kurtz. The 3 center backs. Center backs looking awfully comfortable in possession here for BYU. Whitworth now plays it out to Junior Lardy. And Kasai comes away with it.
And you mentioned the BYU center backs, and whoever you are, if you're playing a 3-5-2, you have to have a lot of confidence that all 3 players are good on the ball. Not only do they have to be really good at defending, but they have to have the touch to, when they are challenged, they can get the ball back upfield.
And we've got appeals for a foul there on the foul is what looked to be a foul committed on Yuri Domiciano. The referee does not oblige. The Soul come away with the throw. There's Luke Lawrence making his way all the way up into the midfield to retrieve that one, with Grayson DuPont slipping up into the front line for the Soul. It's going to be sent away for a throw. That was Domiciano winning that one. Good ball into Perez. Perez off the volley. It's a good idea there.
I know sometimes it can be tough, but it's to not waste throw-ins deep in your opponent's territory, it's key. And that was a smart play right there. Throw in, saw that there was enough room in the midfield to make a long throw. And while it doesn't really come up with a chance, it creates potential opportunities.
Kasai comes away now after that battle. Now up to Pacheco. Pat Pacheco has been a staple in this Sol side for the past couple of seasons. Back to Salem. It's Nico Perez falling all the way back into the back line. Now go into Perez in the midfield. Those two strikers there for BYU didn't look interested in that at all. Sends it back out to Misiano. Now Pacheco, Kasai. Kasai wants to get Dylan Nino over here. Just couldn't squeeze it through, and now they'll make the attempt. Nino's first to it, and he'll send it back to DuPont. DuPont. Nice ball there to Perez. Now Perez switches up play to Misiano. Up to Pacheco. Good spell of possession here for the Sol, and there's a little through ball to Pacheco, looking for the cross. Gets it in the box, and it's turned away. We've got second corner kick coming up for the Sol.
And not only does the early possession advantage help the Albuquerque Sol gain some confidence, it's going to start to get those BYU defenders frustrated. You're going to see some of the midfielders maybe start to lunge for the ball, get out of place, and then that could open up opportunities behind them.
Yeah, and then when the ball gets to the BYU strikers, they're going to find themselves rushing shots, making bad decisions there. And then, too, going back to that last match against FC Tucson, the Sol weren't very steady in possession. It was a real up and down, scrappy type of game. The corner now coming in, rising, and just sent away. And totally cleared there by number 7. It's Cam McLaughlin. Big shout out to our ball boys down there. The Colorado Storm. Lawrence. And they'll play all the way back to Marshall Miller. Salem. The Sol are doing a good job so far of switching the attack angles. We're seeing a lot of balls going from side to side, tiring out those BYU defenders, having to cover so much ground. Nice little give and go there. And our official didn't see anything wrong with it. They're play on. Gleedle. He's going to let it head out, and throw coming up for the Sol.
We mentioned what happened last week against FC Tucson. You know this team heard it all week. Just be smart with possession, because it's also challenging when you're a player and you want to get going, you want to get out and running, but also to realize, hey, I'm going to drop it back to the back line, going to use the fullbacks and build that possession. And so far, so good for the Sol.
Dubiciano getting into the corner, trying to win a corner kick. And Yuri's wiggled out of there somehow. That was a good double team there by BYU. And we've got the counterattack on the way now. That was a bad chipped pass. And it's going to fall to Luke Lawrence. Lawrence looking. Nino getting forward on his right. Lawrence rips it. And he sends it over the bar. Got to admire Luke Lawrence's confidence there.
And we'd also like to give a quick shout out to tonight's ball boys, the Colorado Storm 2002.
You'll take a couple of those early, especially if Lawrence doesn't see any runners. You know, that one was high from the get-go, but early on, 2 shots for the Sol, none yet for BYU.
Yeah, just in the 14th minute here, too. And you know, Lawrence eager to get off the mark in open play, as his one goal was from the penalty spot. And that's a clearance gone bad for BYU. And now the Sol on the counterattack. Pacheco. Pacheco, cross-field ball. That's going to be handled by DuPont. Up to Kasai now. He's got some options. And he lays it off. Almost stolen away. Pacheco comes back up, rips it. Wow, and almost muffed there by Ottman. He ended up saving that with his knees. BYU come the other way now. Up top to Frischnaut. Play it all the way back to Ottman.
Good positioning early from Ottman, stopping the 2 long shots on goal by the Soul. But what you're going to see, too, is from the early test, if they get the opportunity, the wingers in this know that they're going to start crashing the box. A couple of those long shots come, hoping for a rebound.
Kasai in the midfield. Gets it over to Nino. Domiciano now. They're on that left flank. And the ball turned over now. And Frischnet has got a break. He's going to cut it back and clear it away nicely. I think the whole stadium there was kind of holding their breath. And it's going to be played through now. DuPont just didn't have enough speed there to get to that one.
It was a really good effort there by DuPont. That was one of those balls you could assume was probably going to roll out for a throw, and he continues. Just not enough field left right there. But you see also the early counterattacks, and that was a scary moment there, but the Soul right on it, coming up in an early BYU chance.
You know, and as we mentioned, they normally play their games at St. Pius High School. Nino, got to be careful there. Challenge looked a little reckless. And down is Connor Fordham. And appealing there for a card is Taylor Fankhauser. But as I was saying, they play their games at St. Pius, where they've got some thick, lush grass. Now they transition over here to UNM for the match, where the grass is very, very small. So the pitch playing a lot faster than what a lot of these Soul players are used to. So you're normally used to seeing those balls going down into that corner there, where DuPont was making that run. Normally those will hit that lush grass and chuck up for you there over at St. Pius.
It's the different challenges that each field brings, but I think it's also an opportunity with the possession game that the Soul are playing tonight. You hit those quick passes, that's going to benefit you, being able to move the ball up and down the field. And one of the things we're seeing as well with the referee, no whistles
right
early on, and the flag stays down.
And the flag is down, getting past the keeper, and just couldn't keep it in. Cam McLaughlin, he did everything he needed to aside from put that between the pipes.
And that's one of those moments as a defender you check off for just a split second because you assume that the flag is going to go up. And Pavlet had to make that quick decision, made the right decision to challenge the forward.
Keeper comes out like that to challenge the forward or whoever's breaking at him with the ball. He has to be 100% sure. He cannot hesitate, because 99% of the time, we both know that'll result in a goal.
Yeah, what you're doing right there as a keeper, you're forcing, you probably know he's going to get a touch and go by you, but what you're trying to do is force him wide, so it's just a tough angle he has to come back and make the shot with.
Looking for Nino there was Kasai, but it's stripped away. And the Soul come back up with possession. How about that Cruyff turn there? Beautifully done by Nico Perez. Perez, the Ecuadorian. We've got a couple of Brazilians, a couple of Englishmen on the Soul squad as well. And that ball straight to Nino, Dylan Nino. And Nino unable to come away with possession. We've got a throw coming up for BYU now. Into the midfield and headed away. That's a throw for the Soul now.
And one of the things we talked about pregame, it's going to be important, the communication that the back four has, but especially with those two midfielders, Perez and Kasi, and it's been very good, both the passes and also when they need to get back defensively.
And that's offsides called there on Sam Gleedle. That was a close run there by Gleedle, perhaps just mistimed the run by a fraction of a second maybe. So BYU will go back to Brendan Ottman. Ottman sends it away, looking for Frischnet. And cleared by the Soul. It's over to Domiciano. Kasai. Sammy Kasai. And he was looking there for Grayson DuPont. Turned over to BYU now. And they'll play it back to the center back, Junior Lardy. Now Lardy pressing up quite a bit, and we've got a ball through and cutting it back, sliding it across for Frischnet. It's going to be controlled again. Dinker over the top, and that's not going to be a problem for Tyler Pavlet.
Good job by the Soul. Back four right there. The line stayed firm when the ball went back. There weren't too many BYU players forward, and it's going to be a challenge when that ball gets forward for both Kareem Salim and Marshall Miller. And if you look at Salim, you see the headband, which is actually a wrap he has on his head. He suffered an elbow last time out, so he's playing with 5 stitches, and that's got to be comfortable when you're tasked with clearing a lot of those balls inside, especially with your head.
Especially on those corners. I mean, all the jump balls, we see it all the time when we watch soccer on TV. We always see people, heads colliding, and as you mentioned, trying to clear those balls away. That's got to be something. I got to wonder, and it's got to have some sort of effect on the way he plays. Obviously, he's not going to be going 110% into those jump balls as he normally does.
He's out there. It's got a good challenge against the striker up top, Frischnet, who is a very big striker. You see the size of him out there, so there's plenty of physical battles to have to expect.
To Pacheco, tries to flick on, and BYU will clear. Got a throw-in coming up for the Soul, Demiciano to take. Into Pacheco. Pacheco couldn't get through the 2 Cougar defenders there. Now Miller plays it up, Gleedle. Now Nino. Nino looking for the delivery, decides against it. DuPont will play it back to Miller. Miller sends a ball in. That was looking for Luke Lawrence there. And we've got a break now for BYU. Cam McLaughlin pays it in front to Frischnet. Good save by Tyler Pavlet. Cat-like reflexes there shown by the keeper.
Great job by Pavlet as well to push that rebound away, not send it forward. So he was able to use the angle of the shot to the system, getting that ball out.
So the throw for BYU results in now the Soul are coming the other way. And that's Luke Lawrence. Holding up play is Pacheco, now to Kasai. They'll play it back to Nino. Dylan Nino getting a plethora of touches here in half number 1. Looking for the diagonal ball, and Pacheco, the flag goes up for offsides. So it's good to see. I know you've seen a couple of offsides here from the Soul, but neither of them have been very extreme, maybe by about half a step.
That's been close, and this is exactly the kind of build-up start to the game the Soul needed to have. They're confident, they're possessing the ball, and they're giving themselves the opportunity to move forward.
And there's a header cleared by the aforementioned Kareem Salem. Played back to Lardy. Now up top, Fankhauser. Now through ball for McLaughlin, going down the flank into the corner, and he gets through. The ball goes past the end line there for a Soul goal kick. It was a nice little run there by McLaughlin to turn the corner.
Last few minutes, BYU finally getting some opportunities going forward. The Soul, when it's mattered in the final third, have been able to step up, and just enough pressure there by Salim to force the ball over the back line.
And Dylan Nino made a good run here on the right flank, and deciding against it were the Soul. He had loads of space, it looked like. And that one's going to go out on number 9, Blake Frischnet, resulting in a throw for the Soul. Again, we'd like to thank you all for joining us here. Tyler Ortega, JJ Buck, Coming to you here live from the University of New Mexico's soccer field. Right here on ProView Sports Network, or if you're watching on the Albuquerque Sol YouTube live stream. And thank you for joining us. As Pacheco tries to steal it. And still somehow BYU, they've got that ball in a string and now a through ball. McLaughlin, and it's in. Actually, that was Taylor Fankhauser. 5-holing Tyler Pavlett, 1-0 BYU.
And as good as a start as the Sol had to that game, the ball just got through the final touch. A lot of bodies there in the midfield. Allowed the break, had 3 runners with him, so the defense was forced to pick their spot, left the shooter open, and puts BYU on top.
And, there was a few challenges there in the midfield leading up to that shot, where it's kind of just like a little scramble there for the ball. Somehow, some way, it bounces the way of the Cougars, and the resulting shot is 1-0 BYU. So Taylor Fankhauser starts things off here.
And that's, the balance of a soccer ball, as frustrating as it can be, with the Sol dominating possession, a lot of confidence early, and then just a quick break out of a scrum, find yourself down 1-0.
So the Sol will look to pull one back here before the break. In the 27th minute, as Nino tries to get that ahead to Kasai, and it's going to fall Lawrence. Luke Lawrence, one of the more physical players here on this Sol roster. Never afraid to get in there and shoulder you up. It's Mitch Scott controlling. And they'll play it all the way back to Matt Kurtz. Now to the goal scorer, Taylor Fankhauser. A nice steal there. And what a fake. Ball ahead. DuPont, cross. Shot right to the keeper from Nico Perez. Straight at Brendan Ottman. And that's about the 3rd time that we've seen a shot hit straight at Ottman.
That was a really good build-up by the Sol. Pass comes across. First player lets it run. Lands at Perez with a good opportunity. And the Sol right back on it.
Now DuPont plays it ahead to Pacheco. Pacheco looking for Lawrence. Pacheco unleashes one. Trying to go low and across the face of goal. That's one of the more difficult shots for a keeper to face if you can strike it properly.
That was one of those in between there, you're kind of putting it forward, but just hoping that the runner at the near post is able to get forward.
28 minutes in, the Cougars on top of the Sol, 1-0. As the lights are finally at the UNM soccer field, and we've got a break. Gleedle, just a from that one. You got to think, had he been able to control that, he was going to get directly in between those center backs. Nino now challenge, and that's a foul. And this is a free kick for the Sol. Should be able to get a good cross into the box. JJ. Right in that area, just in front of the keeper in between where the line is going to set up. Land there. And will be Sammy Kasai. We're seeing him stack. So Grayson DuPont here to take. His first delivery not to tidy it up here, and that's a lot better. It's going to be by Kurtz and the ensuing by Kasai. The Sol eager to shoot here in the first half.
Right idea right there. You want to put the ball right back into the box when it comes out, but that's a tough one-touch attempt.
Yeah, maybe you could pull that off on FIFA. This ball sent long for Frischnet. Control there. That was a nice first touch by Frischnet. And they'll play it out now on the right flank. Looking up ahead. Kasai now. And somehow that stayed in. Taylor Fankhauser gets it inside to Tanner Whitworth. And Whitworth gives up possession of the ball. Domiciano looking up top for Gleedle. And Gleedle now down the left flank. Pulls up. He's going to hold up play here. Throw it inside now to Perez. Now Kasai in the holding midfielder spot there. Domiciano. Kasai. Perez. Perez, good ball. Dylan Nino now can get the cross in, and he does. It's a low cross, and it's going to be sent away at the near post.
It's been a good response for the Sol after giving up that goal. It's very easy maybe to say, hey, let's start pushing forward, get it a little bit quicker, but they've been able to stay settled, continue to do what's helped them to a solid start in terms of possession and chances.
The long throw into the box is sent out. Now the Sol will control once again. Up to Pacheco. Nice turn by Pat Pacheco. He'll get there just in time. Pacheco sends a cross into the box. And he was looking for DuPont at the far post. And DuPont unable to get up on top of that one. We're seeing some good flashes here from the Sol. 32 minutes into this one.
They've been able to stick with their game plan even after that first goal, as you mentioned. But you also have to credit BYU for not seeing the majority of possession this half, but the 2 times they've been able to get forward, they have 2 shots on goal. Of course, one of those found the back of the net, so that's good focus from the players up top of BYU.
Now Domiciano. And they'll play it out to Nino again here. Playing right fullback for the Sol. And Perez plays back to Miller. And Miller. Yeah, and every now and then we'll see the Sol reverting back to that vertical style of play. And letting that one roll in is Kareem Salem for Pavlet. Domiciano now. There's Dylan and Nino again down here all by himself on this right side. Doesn't even get a look from the midfielder.
What you're seeing too out of BYU now, a good job by both Fordham and the right winger dropping back now and realizing that the Sol are doing a good job with possession, so they're giving their back line plenty of help. See a step up right there.
And that was a rough collision there. And BYU will play on. Looking to lay it off. No. And he's going to shoot as McLaughlin. And that was blocked by Nico Perez and sent away by Kasai. BYU come down with control again. And that was a good slide tackle by Domiciano. And now the counterattack. And Gleedle. And we've got a foul called. Domiciano is down an ankle there. Instead about right there next to our 4th official. So Yuri is now up on his feet. That's good news there for the Sol. He's put in a good first 35 minutes, has Yuri.
That situation that year. I don't know if they called the foul or not on that one. but it was a good idea. That you'll get the thumbs up from Glidel Domiciano for putting that ball forward.
That's Lardy now. Plays it up to Fankhauser. A good touch and a good slide tackle by Yuri again over Freshnot to get through. Now Pacheco. Now Nino coming up. Hold up play. Gets back to Perez in the midfield. And Yuri's long cross. And that's going to go out for a goal. Brendan Ottman here. That was a good flick there. Fordham was expecting it. Throw in from Nino. Just a little too high for Luke Lawrence. And they'll get it up to Frischnet. Stolen away by Dylan. Dylan Nino over to Pat Pacheco. Now Kasai. Kasai. And there's Dylan Nino all the way up at the top of the line there. And that ball is going to stay in. And given away by Grayson DuPont.
Well, the initial pressure up top, keeping the ball in play, allowed the Soul to press forward and potentially get an opportunity. And
given right back, Glidel now. Going down, crosses into the left side, and Lawrence still in the box. Luke Lawrence tries to get around the defender and cleared nicely by BYU.
That's Kurtz once again for BYU in a big spot.
Doing a little bit of dancing there is Grayson DuPont. Now Kasai plays it up to Perez. Kasai again. Tried threading it through there, and it's going to come up to Nino. Now Glidel gets the cross in. It's out of bounds. So again, the Soul finding their way into the 18. Just unable to get a shot on target.
And 3 shots on goal so far tonight for the Soul. Unfortunately, they've been right at the keeper. Still looking for that final touch in the final third. Is going to find the back of the net. But one of the things you do notice is that they are able to kind of click up a gear when they have gotten down there and make quicker decisions and get some of those crosses.
So it looks like Kareem Salem is down there after going in for that challenge on Blake Frischnet. So we'll have our trainer tend to him there. It looks like it might be a bloody nose of some sort there for Kareem. He's on his feet. He looks to be all right. In the 39th minute, again, BYU on top by way of Taylor Fankhauser.
Salim from Marymount College in California. Well, already showing what he's willing to do for the Soul. That was this season with the 5 stitches and now dealing with the nose.
He looks to be just getting checked out by the trainers there on the Soul sideline. So just about 6 minutes and change here away from the break. And we've seen plenty of opportunities created here by the Soul. A few good saves by Brendan Ottman. Majority of the shots that were taken that were on target were pretty much straight to him.
Yeah, but
still.
Ottman being where he needs to be.
Yep.
As a keeper, and so far 5 shots, 3 on goal for the Soul. They have had 3 corner kicks, and BYU no corner kicks right now. 2 shots on goal for the Cougars.
So we saw the Soul play it out there for their injured player Kareem Salim. We should expect BYU to just give it right on back. And there it is. So Pavlet will gather and get things back underway here. 41st minute. BYU 1, Soul 0. Miller to Kasai. I'll play it back to Marshall Miller. Pat Pacheco. Kasai just lost it there for a second. And giving it away straight to Connor Fordham. Playing it up now to McLaughlin. Now Frischnet stolen away.
Well, Soul do have to be careful here, playing man down with Salim on the sideline right now.
Dylan Nino getting down the side. And it's stolen away nicely.
That's BYU once again.
Yep. Matt Kurtz and Mitch Scott doing a fantastic job. And here comes Frischnet. Frischnet. And he just couldn't come away with it. Not really any appeals for a penalty there from BYU. And again, another good job done there by Tyler Pavlet to get out there and put the pressure on.
And with the way this game has been officiated to this point, it's going to have to be something really serious to get a whistle from the referee. They're really letting the guys go at it, and especially if you want him to call a penalty kick.
So Pavlet now sends it away. Lawrence gets ahead on it. They're going to play it out to Fordham here on the near side. And then straight back to Kurtz. And all the way back to Brendan Ottman. That was a good first touch there, looking for Frischnet. Ball just a little high for him, falls all the way back to Pavlet. And there he is, Kareem Salim, he's back. Looks to be wearing number 18 now. So some blood perhaps on that jersey that he was wearing, so he'll switch to number 18.
And what has been impressive from BYU tonight with the Soul, having the edge in possession, the build-up, but the way they've been able to move their formation and the players knowing where they need to be when the Soul have possession, so that back three is getting plenty of help.
And we've got a foul called, so free kick coming up here for BYU in a dangerous area. He's going to hit the in-swinger. It's number 14, the goal scorer, Taylor Fankhauser. Fankhauser's delivery into the box, straight to Pavlet. Now Pacheco looking to counterattack here are the Soul. Pacheco, scoop ball over the top for Gleadle. And it's going to fall for Gleadle in the box and gathered up by Ottman. It's a good idea there by Pat Pacheco.
No, Gleadle is a player that has the pace to get by the defenders, with the positioning of Kurtz when he's been one-on-one with either Lawrence or Gleadle so far in the first half has been fantastic.
Stolen right back away by the Soul and then taken straight back from by BYU. Looking for Frischnet with the through ball there. He wasn't even looking to make the attempt for the run there. So they'll play it back to Perez. So 3 minutes is our stoppage time. 3 minutes here at the end of half number 1. So now Salim up to Perez. Now Lawrence over to Demiciano. Demiciano down the flank looking for Pacheco. Perhaps just took one too many touches. And there's the foul. Finally given. So we've got free kick here coming up for the Sol. And this is a good position.
It gives them an opportunity here late in the first half, stoppage time. Demiciano is a player that is very willing to get in those positions, put his body on somewhere else. He did play a year here at the University of New Mexico for going to Illinois, Chicago, but he's a feisty winger who's willing to get up the field and draw contact.
Yeah, this would be a huge goal here for the Sol. They can pull one back. Well, no, you know, the first, well, not the first, but the 10 minutes before half and the 10 minutes right after the half is where you're most likely to score a goal. The cross goes in. And that was Dylan Nino getting on the end of that one.
That was a really good touch there by Nino, knowing that all he could do was try to put it right back into the center of the box, forcing a clearance.
So long throw in into the box coming here from Marshall. Wow, and that was a BYU header that sent that one away. That was almost an own goal. So a corner kick coming up here for the Sol. The pressure being put on here just before the break. And now you can hear the Sol supporters down there starting to liven up the corner kick here before the break. Grayson DuPont to take. Delivery. Looking for Salim. No. Falls to Pacheco. Now Kasai outside the 18. Kasai. Oh, and he looked to play it wide and had it stolen away and cleared. Well done there by the Cougars. Playing it right back through. He was looking for Gleedle. It's Marshall Miller.
Now the Cougars have faced 4 corner kicks in this half and then done a good job defensively clearing the ball, keeping it away from any dangerous chances for the Sol.
And that was a clearance there by Ottman. Gathered up by Pavlet. Now Demiciano. Again, 3 minutes was our stoppage time at the end of half number 1. About 20 seconds into minute number 3 here. So the Sol got to get forward here within about the next 30 seconds. Dylan Nino. Sammy Kasai. A ball being taken down the flank by Dylan Nino. Plays it back to Kasai. Kasai tried to get the delivery into the box and just shanked it there a little bit. So we should be hearing our halftime whistle here. Just a second. Take a guess that it's going to come here. And there it is. I was going to say once he kicked it, but we have reached halftime here at the University of New Mexico. The Cougars of Brigham Young University on top of the Albuquerque Sol by a score of 1-0. We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. You're watching ProView Networks. It's a great place to be seen.
Oh, no, might be an own goal. And that's a goal.
Beautiful ball. Keeper came out to meet it, and then it went through her hands. Sydney, box. Still over the ball. There we go. Right off the bat. kick, and he misses the big kick. Here we go. Pure top corner. The rush on PKs. 4-3 on the penalty kick. Varela with a shot.
There it is.
There's a third. Beautiful build-up. There's the equalizer.
Is it Vega?
It is.
Jason Vega.
They saved it. And it's over. Wow. Marcus comes up huge. He stops two of them. The winner of BK. Oh, yes.
And Eddie. Don't forget, every ProView Network sporting event is on sale at our DVD store. Go to www.proviewNetworks.com to buy your DVD today.
For 55 years, people have bought trucks from Tillery in Los Lunas. We have a great selection of vehicles, the quality service department, and some of the best deals in the state. But most importantly, we found people prefer to buy trucks from people who actually drive trucks.
Tillery is a proud supporter of ProView Sports Network. Locally owned and operated, located in Las Lunas, right off I-25, exit 203. Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Gecko's Bar and Tapas, a proud supporter of ProView Networks. It's been a fan favorite spot for food lovers and sports fans. With not one, but 2 great locations, including outdoor patio, an atmosphere you won't want to miss. Gecko's, off Academy and in Nob Hill. Visit the Frontier Restaurant. Due to heavy construction on Central, take lead or coal coming north or south. The Frontier Restaurant. Get your Frontier fix on. Car Crafters, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Are you sure we're supposed to be doing this?
Don't worry, I've watched him do it 1,000 times. Come on, what's the worst that can happen?
No! Bad dog!
Hi, welcome to Car Crafters. What happened?
Don't worry, we'll make it like it never happened.
Car Crafters, it's like it never happened.
Terry Cosper Insurance Agency is a proud partner with ProView Networks and a proud supporter of New Mexico High School athletics. Terry's been a local farmer's agent for over 20 years for auto, home, life, and business insurance. Just like high school sports are important, so are teen drivers. For more information, call Terry or one of his licensed staff members at 898-5556. Quotes are available for you.
Altitude Sports Grill is where Albuquerque's sports fans won't miss a game. With locally crafted brews on tap and refreshingly crisp cocktails. Located in Hotel Cascada, Albuquerque residents find a staycation worth staying for. Catching Lobo sports, enjoying a beer on the beach, or wiping out, Hotel Cascada is home to your urban adventure. Affordable guest rooms, no-hassle water park parties, and much more.
Garden Schwartz Team Sales is a proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Get into the game. Garden Schwartz Team Sales features fine products and apparel from Wilson, Schutt Sports, Speedline, and Russell Athletics. We offer custom embroidery and screen printing services for all of your school or club needs, from team uniforms to school letter jackets. Specializing in all sports and serving all communities, from big schools to small schools, from up north to down south, or all points in between. Garden Schwartz Team Sales. For great prices, friendly staff, and quality products, call Garden Schwartz Team Sales today at 1-800-880-7767. That's 1-800-880-7767. Since 1939, Garden Schwartz Team Sales is a proud supporter of New Mexico youth athletics.
Sure, you could get him a new car. You could also light a pile of money on fire. So maintaining this old car is your best option. Keep it running longer, stronger, with quality parts and a whole lot of Napa know-how.
I am never getting married. Never. Guaranteed.
You picked a beautiful ring. Thank you. We're never having kids.
I love it here.
We are never moving to the suburbs. We are never getting one of those. We're never having another kid.
I'm pregnant.
I'm never letting go.
For all the nevers in life, talk to State Farm agent Michelle Rudolph or Marty Size in Albuquerque.
I am never getting married. Never. Guaranteed.
You picked a beautiful ring. Thank you. We're never having kids.
I love it here.
We are never moving to the suburbs. We are never getting one of those. We're never having another kid.
I'm pregnant.
I'm never letting go.
For all the nevers in life, talk to State Farm agent Michelle Rudolph or Marty Size in Albuquerque.
The Barley Room, a proud sponsor of ProView Networks for over 9 years, is pleased to introduce Black Iron Catering. From weddings and family reunions to birthdays and office parties, Black Iron Catering is perfect for any event. Contact Jamie at 505-459-8259 and book your event today. Black Iron Catering. Let us bring our kitchen to you.
Hello, mate. It's me, Rusty the Sports Clown. Just kidding, I don't speak French. Check me out, it's gonna be so much fun. See ya.
Hey Lobo fans, I'm Sarah.
And I'm Samantha.
Jaguar Land Rover Albuquerque has been a family-owned business since 1988. The 2017 Jaguar F-Pace has been named the winner of the 2017 World Car of the Year and World Car Design of the Year.
Land Rover's signature terrain response system is flawless against any curveball New Mexico weather can throw at you.
We have a class-leading extended warranty on all Jags and Land Rovers and one of the greatest pre-owned inventories in the state of New Mexico.
Call 505-797-3600 to schedule a test drive.
Oh no, it might be an own goal. And that's a goal.
Beautiful ball. Keeper came out to meet it, and then it went through her hands. Sydney, box, still over the ball. There we go. Right off the bat. This is Friedrich. He missed the free He misses a big kick. Here we go. Pure top corner. The rush on PKs. 4-3 on the penalty kick. Varela with a shot.
There it is.
There's a third. Beautiful build-up. There's the equalizer.
Is it Vega?
It is.
Jason Vega.
There's Marquez, and it's over. Wow. Marquez comes up huge. He stops two of them. The winner of BK. Oh, yes.
Halftime at the UNM Soccer Complex with Albuquerque Sol Trail visiting BYU 1-0. JJ Buck and Tyler Ortega on the call. Right now we're going to go down to the field. On the sideline is Isabel Gonzalez.
Aaron, one of the owners for the Albuquerque Sol, he flew in from California to be here. So why fly all the way here?
Because I'm the biggest Sol fan there is. I mean, beyond being the majority owner of the team, you know, I'm Sol fan number one. If I'm not here at a game, I'm definitely going to watch it on the stream. So I had a chance to come out with my son and jumped on a flight this morning.
And what is it about soccer that you find the most appealing?
You know, soccer is a community game. You know, it brings everybody together beyond, you know, the local players and the coaches and the soccer community. It's really helped already to bring Albuquerque together a lot. And I mean, look at the wide community here. Even fans for BYU are here that live in Albuquerque. So I'm really happy about that.
And I mean, you live in California, but the Albuquerque Sol is obviously in Albuquerque. How or why are you bringing this sense of community here?
Well, you know, my partner and the president of the team, Ron Patel, who makes it go, it's his passion project. You know, he was an entrepreneur here in Albuquerque, and he sold his business, started the team, and, you know, the timing was right, and the market was right to do it here. So really for us, you know, Albuquerque and football came together in a perfect timing. So.
Anything you would like to say to the fans?
No, go Sol. I'm looking forward to the adjustments for the second half. We got a great coaching staff, and we'll get that goal back.
All right, that's it. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Isabella, for that great interview here. So, JJ, 45 minutes left here. The Sol facing a 1-0 deficit. What do they have to do to see this turnaround, come away with at least 1 point, possibly 3?
Well, really, it's continue to do what they did throughout the first half. They controlled possession. They had the majority of opportunities on goal. Sol had 5 shots overall. 3 of those were on goal. 4 corner kicks. So keep building, keep doing what got you those chances, but also you see how quickly BYU can pounce. And their 2 shots on goal came very quickly, found the back of the net, you know, on one of them.
They remind me a lot of another team that we see on Saturdays and Sundays that also wears blue, Chelsea. You know, we can see them sit back, park the bus all day, and take all the shots on goal that the other team can possibly throw at them, and then just like that in a flash, hit the counterattack and be so clinical with their finishing. And that's really what we've seen from BYU here.
And that's, you know, the ultimate comparison, but it does make sense given the fact that Chelsea runs a 3-5-2.
Yep.
What we're seeing out of BYU here tonight. And you got to give a lot of credit, though, too, to that back 3 of Matt Kurtz, Mitchell Scott, and Junior Larty. They have been strong and on when they need to when the Sol have gotten forward.
You know, and we talked about the 21-day break between matches for BYU. Yeah, and it kind of showed a little bit there in half number 1. There were a few times where they seemed to be a little bit slow in play there, allowing the Sol to really take control of those first 5-6 minutes.
Yeah, they didn't see a lot of the ball early, but you see the composure and chemistry they have as a team with those 3 weeks of practice in between their first 2 games of the season. They were confident in their system, and even though they were giving up majority of the possession to the Sol, they stood strong, and you see it too. Their formation, it shifts where it needs to go And that was a big part of BYU keeping the Sol off the scoreboard in the first half.
So let's see here if head coach Matt Gordon and the Sol are able to pick up the first win of this young PDL season, and also doing so in turn hand the BYU Cougars their first loss. So it looks like both teams are now on the field. We weren't informed of any changes at the break. So we'll be seeing the same 22 out there that we started with. So BYU now will be moving from left to right, and the Sol going right to left. Of course, the Sol in their yellow tops, black bottoms, BYU in their traditional blue and white. You know, and there's got to say, for the atmosphere here at UNM today, it has been incredible. The stands down here are packed. Lots of supporters out here for both sides, really. And it's just, it's a great atmosphere.
And you know, wherever you go, there's going to be plenty of BYU fans. Look at that shot on goal right off the opening kick.
Now, right off the bat, Seth Fankhauser trying to get on the score sheet just like Taylor Fankhauser. I'm just going to take a stab in the dark and say that those two are brothers.
A good combination, and they're part of a midfield that has been very good for BYU so far.
Now Dylan Nino now going back to work on that right flank. And not a good first touch from, I think that was Lawrence. Kasai now. And that ball is going to be kicked out of bounds by Grayson DuPont. So we do see Kareem Salim out there. It's number 16 that he's wearing. Number 16. It looked like an 18 from the vantage point we had earlier, but it is 16. He's still got the head wrap on, so you can easily distinguish between the players out there. Now up to Kasai. Kasai just getting into some open space here. And it's a beautiful, beautiful weather out there now that the sun has dropped just about 77 degrees. Got a ball down the flank. Domiciano can't beat the first man. Coming up is Pacheco. And Pacheco wins the challenge, puts a shot on, and almost going through the legs of Brandon Ottman. That's the second time we've seen Ottman do that on a save. It kind of rolls, I guess, off of his, I don't know if it's his long sleeves or what, but he ends up saving it with his knees after it always already rolls through.
Yeah, it was a good ball by Pacheco, keeping it low and fast. There's plenty of spin on that ball when it's coming into the keeper, and you saw it almost sneak through right there, but also good pressure from Pacheco attacking that ball after it got away from Domiciano on his run.
So that ball cleared away there by Domiciano, so BYU now has a throw for Frischnet. And it's going to be sent away. Pacheco sends it back to Nico Perez. And sent away by Pavlet. Lawrence battling there in the midfield with number 6, Tanner Whitworth, but we've got a flag up for offsides. Just a little too quick there was Cam McLaughlin. So BYU have scored 5 goals on this young season in their 3 matches, 4 different goal scorers, JJ. So just options seemingly across the board for BYU. Load not really being shouldered by one person. So that is Domiciano, and it's going to be cleared out by Junior Lardy. Played up to Frischnet, and now McLaughlin's got to run down the right side. And couldn't control it quite like he wanted to at the first touch. Cross sent in and sent out by Salim.
Domiciano caught himself upfield. He made a late challenge on Lardy and was not able to get back after that challenge. That's why the right side was open right there.
So we did have a sub come in at the break. Josh Hunter is now in there, number 4. And still can't clear that ball. So Kasai, Domiciano, and he should get that away. Slips, and it goes straight to Hunter. Now the cross into the box. Good punch by Pavlet. Controlled. Shot on target. Yes, sir. That was an upper 90 sizzler. BYU now 2-0 on top of the Sol.
And that was great control by Fordham, bringing that ball in and then able to get that shot right back on goal. Pavlet way off his line, having to attack. He made the decision. He wanted to punch it out, Unfortunately, went right to Fordham, and just the rocket giving BYU a 2-0 lead. And that's been the story of the game tonight. Just any opportunity the Cougars have gotten, they've been able to capitalize.
You know, and that goal right there is definitely a candidate for goal of the week. That ball was just scorched into that crossbar and ultimately down. Now Pacheco is looking for Lawrence, and it's going to be cleared away. Throw in now for the Soul. Now 2-0 the deficit, seemingly in a flash. Just 5 minutes in here to half number 2. Still plenty of soccer left to be played. And there's Lawrence playing it wide to Nino. Cuts it back in. And he was looking for DuPont. Perez. Back to Nino on the far side. Back to Perez. Perez and Nino just playing a little back and forth game. And now they'll switch the angle of the attack, going cross field to Yuri Domiciano. He'll play it down to Pacheco. Pacheco looking to turn, and he does.
I know that the lead up to BYU's goal, they did a really good job of pressing forward, keeping the Soul caught in that corner. And the one chance the Soul had to clear it, was only a quarter clearance from Domiciano. And that was a frustrating offsides right there.
Yeah, offsides there. Yuri threw it in and didn't get back in time to receive the pass. So a bad giveaway there by the Soul. You know, when you're down there in those areas, you definitely want to try to at least get a ball into the box. And that's going to be sent long by Brendan Ottman.
And you look at the game for the Soul tonight, they've done what they wanted to do, possess the ball and build from the back. Unfortunately, the shots they've had on goal, Ottman's been in the perfect position to keep them out of the back of the net. And this is a quick 2 strikes against. You know, still plenty of time to be focused, patient, and continue to play the way the Soul have tonight.
Throw in here to Luke Lawrence. Now Pacheco tries to get by Lardy. And Pacheco wins it right back from Lardy. And look at this work being put in by Pat Pacheco. Ultimately turns it over. Cam McLaughlin comes up with that one. Now Lardy into the middle, and that's a scoop ball going forward. And McLaughlin lays it off. And trouble here. Frischnet, 3-0, BYU. And what can you say, JJ? One guy gets caught out of position, and in just the span of a couple of minutes, BYU has gone up by 3 goals.
And that's what we've seen out of BYU. When they've gotten the ball, they're quick, they're confident, and they know where it's going. It's going right at the goal. And you saw that in that build-up right there. Unselfish play, find the open guy, catch the keeper once again off his line, and now very concerning for the Albuquerque Soul.
Yeah, that was Taylor Fankhauser that we saw lay it off there for Frischnecht. And Fankhauser probably could have taken a shot. It would have been a little bit difficult with Pavlik coming up to rush him, but he ultimately makes the right decision, laying it off, and Frischnecht nets his 3rd goal of the season. And that was a bad challenge there by Domiciano. Lucky he didn't get a yellow for that.
Well, really, what we're seeing, the way this game is being called tonight, you're going to have to be on the ground, studs up, and go into somebody for the ref to blow the whistle.
Frischnecht gets past, looking to shoot. Just wide. Looking for the brace was Blake Frischnecht. So we're going to see Grayson DuPont head out. And Kareem Salim is heading out. So we're going to see Jack Clancy make his way in. Guy LeMay is going to make his way in as well. And also Tom Paul. So Clancy, LeMay, and Paul all coming in. Paul is a defender. So DuPont makes his way out. I didn't catch the third sub. We'll have to see. I think it was Luke Lawrence. I don't see him up there leading the attack anymore. So Clancy comes in for Lawrence. Guy LeMay coming in for Grayson DuPont.
And you're seeing here, LeMay is going to go up top and kind of function as the lone striker now, and Gleedle will be playing off his side still.
So all three subs there for the Soul. So Kareem Salim out, Grayson DuPont, and Luke Lawrence. So Kasai gets it off to Dylan Nino. And the Soul, they've got to find the back of the net here, and they've got to do it quick. They want to start chipping away at this Cougar lead. Kasai. And up to Pacheco. Now LeMay. And well done there by BYU to get that away. And we've got another break coming. Cam McLaughlin. Frischnett's filling in the middle. McLaughlin opts to shoot. And the ball falls back to Frischnett, blocked by Nino. Frischnett wants a handball. The official decides against it. Kasai now to Perez. Long ball going down the flank. And that's for number 23, Sam Gleedle.
And you see right off the bat, Tom Paul into the game and forced to make a big defensive play on that initial break by the Cougars.
So we've got a free kick coming up here for the Soul. LeMay to take. Delivery in, and that looked like Miller had the best chance at it. Oh no, actually, is that? Yeah, that is Miller. Marshall Miller.
It was a really good ball in there by LeMay. Miller in the position he needed to be, just needed a few more inches.
So Ottman will send it away. Clean sheet still intact here for Ottman. 58 minutes into this match. Let's have a look again at that free kick there. The delivery by LeMay, and then the near miss by Marshall. So there's LeMay's delivery in. Cut it down to slow-mo there for you. Marshall just missing there in the box. Great job by our director, Josh Brown, up here. Shout out to everybody here at UNM tonight, and thank you all for joining us once again live here on Comcast Channel 26 ProView Sports Network, or if you're watching on the Albuquerque Soul YouTube live stream. Tyler Ortega, JJ Buck here. It's going to come out to Yuri. And that ball given away by LeMay. And just playing it back was Hunter, and he loses possession. So a throw coming in here for the Soul. LeMay gets the throw in. And Domiciano tried to split the defenders. And that ball was ricocheted off of Domiciano. We've got a throw for BYU now.
Yeah, I've seen a much better Soul team here tonight just in terms of possession, the way they're playing compared to their first game of the season last week. But what you see from BYU is with over a month since they started the season, the practice they had leading up to that, just the confidence and chemistry they have on the attack, the quick breaks. They know where their teammates are going to be, whether it's to slide it across the back of the net that we found 3 times. And that's kind of the next step you're going to see from the Soul, is the confidence and knowing where each other are going to be in the final third.
So the free kick for BYU is going to be momentarily dealt with. Now over to Taylor Fankhauser. He scored our opener here today and stolen right away from him. And that's going to be a foul called. Opting for the quick kick there is Dylan Nino. So the Soul bringing on 2 strikers in LeMay and Clancy. There goes Pacheco. Perfect weight on that ball. And Lardy had some work to do with it there. Hunter gets through. Still no fouls called. LeMay tried to nutmeg the defender. Now Demisiano. And BYU's going to come away with that one there. McLaughlin has it stolen by Perez. Now over to Nino on the right side. Back into Kasai. And the Soul just probing, trying to find the key to unlock this BYU defense. So we made mention of that back 3. They've held very, very sturdy over the first 62 minutes. Albeit there have been about 3 or 4 saves made there by Brendan Ottman.
Yeah, 4 shots on goal for the Soul, and you see also in the second half even a better defensive performance so far from BYU. Just the motion you have to have in that midfield to support the back 3. It's been there all night.
Yeah, ball going to be played out. And just lost there momentarily by Tanner Whitworth. And that's going to allow Gleedle now. Chipping it ahead for LeMay. And LeMay, he's going to get called for the elbow. And I feel like that call could go either way.
That's a tough one. The defender there just trying to shield LeMay from the ball, is sliding, and it's just that extra motion that caught the attention of the referee.
So we'll have a free kick here for the Cougs. So BYU looking to pick up their second win of this young PDL season. And if you weren't with us in the pregame, BYU has played FC Tucson. They played them on back-to-back days, winning their first match 3-0, then drawing 1-1. Now, those matches took place 3 weeks ago to the day, so lots of time off here for this Cougars team, and it seems to have little to very no effect on them.
Also see Tommy Ramos came in for Patrick Pacheco there, so the Soul, 4 sets of fresh legs on the field, just hoping to find that one step that they need to get by the BYU defense.
Playing it up now to Demisiano. To Perez Kasai. Kasai, he had Dylan Nino. Just doesn't get enough air under it as Nino had a good run there. Gleedle does well to control. Now Kasai cutting forward. And Kasai gives that one away. The ball chipped over the top. Dealt with nicely. And now the Soul on a run. Dealt with by BYU. Sam Gleedle causing the problems there in the 18-yard box. As that ball almost got through. The turf monster rising up to take down, I believe that was Frischnecht. He doesn't seem to be moving very well, does Frischnecht up there.
Now, BYU defensively, they've been good throughout the night, but you can really tell that as the game has gone along, they've gotten better and better each minute.
Gleedle laying it off there for Clancy. Now Kasai, he'll switch it up with a crossfield ball to Yuri. Yuri looking for options in the 18. Only had 2 players there in the 18. And that's a good ball now to Nino. Again, the Soul switching up the angle of the attack. So you've seen them do quite often here this evening. Kasai. And well done there by Tommy Ramos. And the ball in by Yuri, no. Sent away by Lardy. And Gleedle was there. And let's see who that went off of. The assistant referee says off of BYU, so the Soul will have a throw. Dylan Nino. Into Kasai. Back to Nino. Kasai again. Gleedle looking for LeMay. And that was a nice move there by number 2, Fankhauser, Seth Fankhauser. Again, there's 2 Fankhausers out there on the pitch right now, Seth and Taylor. Taylor scored our opener. We've got a long ball now. And not a good controlling touch there by, I think that's Jake Miles, who has made his way into the match now.
But even you see the first touch, 2 Miles right there was a really good one, and that's where BYU has the biggest advantage tonight is their confidence in the final third, knowing what to do very quickly on the long balls and where their players are going to be. And I think when the coaching staff looks at this film for Albuquerque, they'll be happy with the way they are playing tonight compared to the game against FC Tucson, and this is the developmental league. And it's going to be a frustrating night so far not finding the back of the net. But the next step, once you get the confidence in the style of play you want to have, will be, all right, who's going to take over and be able to make a difference in that final third for Albuquerque.
And McLaughlin is appealing for a foul there on Domiciano. He won't get the call. And now ball played across to Yuri again. Yuri looking for LeMay. Dealt with by Lardy. And that falls straight to Ramos. Now Gleedle looking for Nino, and that's cut out. Fankhauser turns the ball over. Kasai able to corral that. Now into Perez in the midfield. About 22 minutes and some change here. 22 minutes and stoppage time left for the Soul. Still looking for their first goal. They were able to score twice against Tucson in their last match, both of those coming from the spot. And there, no foul is given. That's a goal kick. Wow.
Now, and this is to be expected with the way this game is being called. The ref has let them get away with a lot of challenges. Both teams understand that, so they're going to go after each other, and then it allows situations like that to occur because the ref has been very lax on what he's called a foul.
Yeah, it was Tommy Ramos and Junior Lardy getting into it there. But yeah, you were exactly right, JJ. Yeah, this ref, he's allowed so much to go on here today. And I mean, for what it's worth, he's been consistent.
They know the style of this game by this point in time.
Yeah.
We're almost 70 minutes into the contest, so you know what to expect, but that also means that both BYU and Albuquerque, when they're going into those challenges, they're not holding back.
Right.
And they're going to take that extra step. They're going to collide, and that allows for moments of frustration to come out, but good job right there by the ref, who has been letting them play, but he went in there and made sure that it was a situation in which he didn't have to pull out any cards, and right back at it.
So we've got a substitution in for BYU. In is number 11, Peyton Pemberton. He's a mid. So we'll have our sideline reporter, Isabella Gonzalez, coming up with an interview here in just a moment. as BYU back on the attack. And cut out nicely by Miller. Kasai in the midfield. And there's Nino there on the flank, and there he gets the pass. That's a good ball. Nino with the cross into the box. Looking, header, no, off the crossbar. Ramos tries to clean it up. No.
And that is what we were talking about. Someone eventually was going to go in, studs up, and that's what we saw right there. It was a fantastic cross by Nino, and let's look at this.
So let's check out this replay one more time. The cross coming in from Nino, and the initial shot missed by Clancy. And then it was right here on the follow-up. Ramos comes in, studs up, and goes straight into Junior Lardy. And our official is still trying to get the two clubs separated from each other here on the pitch.
And it was Junior Lardy, the defender, that took that attempt. And you have to credit, a lot of credit right there to Ottman, the keeper. He immediately kept his teammates away from Ramos right there. And so that was a quick split-second decision. He sees his teammate hurt on the ground, was able to keep everyone calm.
So we're going to go ahead and toss it down to our sideline reporter, Isabella Garcia. She's right up on the action. Isabella, take it away.
Right, I'm going to sideline with Matt Mackay, who's currently taking pictures of the entire event, but he actually does a little bit more than just taking pictures for the Soul today. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, I'm an engineer by trade, have been all my life, and for fun, I do soccer. I go to games, high schools, college, lower division, MLS, and national team games. I take photos at all those levels, and I came down here to watch the Soul play. This is fantastic.
What's it like taking pictures for the national team?
It's fast. It's fast and it's exciting, and those are important games, and it's fun to see the best players in the world 10 feet from you, and you appreciate just how good they are. But it's also nice to see players progress from college to MLS to the national team and follow them all the way up.
What's one of the best experiences you've had on the sideline?
Probably shooting USA-Mexico games, because those are so intense and the crowd is so into it. That's probably most fun shooting. The most fun as a soccer fan was when I watched USA-Mexico at Azteca Stadium in Mexico City. There were 120 of us in a crowd of 110,000. That was something. I mean, we had riot police protecting us. So.
And I think you said today was your first game shooting the Soul. What do you think of the team so far?
Oh, it's a lot of fun. This is good soccer. I like where we are. This is a nice place, and the teams. I like seeing players who are developing and learning their skills and on their way up. And this is something. This is a level of soccer I think people need to support more than MLS, more than anything else. The grassroots of soccer is the most important level.
Thank you so much, Matt.
And thank you, Isabella. Again, that's Isabella Gonzalez down there doing our sideline reporting. So it looks like our official has finally got everything cleared up, resulting in a yellow card for Tommy Ramos and a free kick coming up here for BYU.
Well, this is what we expected here in the second half. You know, when you have players knowing how the game is being called, they're going to go in hard. They're going to take extra chances on the challenges. And now we'll see how the referee decides to control this game. Does he feel now that he needs to have more whistles to try to keep this one calm the rest of the way?
Well, and there you see it right there. As you were speaking on it, we see a quick whistle there from our official. And now BYU have a free kick coming up here. 3 men standing over it. Can't get the number on the player standing over the ball. Shot is up, and looking for the top near post. Sent over. That was number 4, Josh Hunter. So Pavlet now will get things underway. Just over 15 minutes to go here. It's going to be sent away there by Pavlet and falls down to Perez and takes a deflection to the back line of BYU. And now controlling is number 11, Peyton Pemberton. They'll play it back. We've got another sub in for BYU, Keon Capisi. He's in down here at the right back position. Well, as one of the 3 center backs, actually, since they're running a back 3.
Is taking over for Lardy, who took the brunt of the cleat from Ramos. And Lardy had himself a very good game. The size and touch he had defending was a big reason why Albuquerque has not found the back of the net tonight. And we talked about it in this contest. Anytime you see a 3-5-2 formation, you assume there's a lot of confidence within the squad, and that's exactly what we've seen out of BYU.
Yeah, we saw Lardy put on a spotlight there in some one-on-ones throughout the first 70 minutes, probably about 4 or 5 times, and he was very technically sound, very sound defensively, and really never got beat. So we'll see how well Capisi is able to adjust. Coming straight off the bench, not really a whole lot of warm-up time. As Sol, we're looking for Dylan Nino there on the far right flank. Stolen away by Ramos to Nino now. That's a good pickup of possession there for the Sol. Now Ramos with the yellow card. Kasai, good turn. Trying to work it on down, and Kasai unable to split the defenders. The Cougars now on the counterattack. And playing it up, and it's falling now to Jake Miles with his bright pink cleats. So that foul is going to be called on number 24, Tom Paul, the center back for Albuquerque.
The best chance of the game came right before we saw the 2 teams come together after Ramos, but the Nino cross and Jack Clancy getting a header on it. Unfortunately, it goes off the crossbar, but those are the opportunities that Albuquerque going to need to continue to create, not just in the final minutes here tonight, but moving forward. They've had some shots, but not a lot in terms of the service into the box.
And not really to take anything away from BYU, but I really feel like this scoreline is not really indicative as how this game has gone. As we feel, the Sol have a nearly dominated possession here throughout majority of the game. They've created more chances. BYU just more clinical in their finishing.
And that's the next step for the Sol, is they came out tonight, they stuck to the style, the tempo they wanted to play. They've been able to show that throughout the game. And now it's with this style, how are they able to finish some of those chances? Because, yeah, they've had 5 shots on goal tonight. A few of those, you credit Ottman. He's the keeper being in the right position. And, as time continues, you'll get some more of those shots. You'll get some curve on them. You'll be able to get them in a little bit better position, and that's the next step for Albuquerque.
So Ottman now will send it away. Looking for Miles. And Demiciano deals with that, but it's going to fall. BYU have another run. A good tackle by Marshall Miller. And a hack taken there by Miles. Sees one of the defenders go down for the Sol, but BYU will play on. And that one was almost put in for a 4th. Taking a shot there was Tanner Whitworth.
And Pavlet tonight, he's been in some tough situations. He's had to attack the ball, really get out of his box as well. And he's made the right decision sometimes, but especially when you go back to that second goal, Connor Fordham's goal is one that's going to be seen the rest of this weekend. And people are going to be watching that all next week. Pavlik came out with the punch. Unfortunately, the punch landed right at Fordham. He collected it and just had a laser into the back of the net.
Yeah, I think somebody should get that clip, send it into the worldwide leader. We might see it on the SC Top 10. 'Cause that was a class goal. Yeah, he definitely got all of the ball on that one. Laces driven through. It just like I said when he scored it, an upper 90 sizzler. Beautifully done. Throw in here now for the Soul. Yuri gets it in. Sent back to Tom Paul. Back to Yuri. And does well to win the throw in there. Nico Perez gets it away to Miller. And Miller looking now for Dylan Nino. And Nino was looking for Clancy in the box. Ramos now sends it in. We're looking for Gleedle. Cut out by Domiciano. And the Soul now have possession again. The number 10, LeMay, ahead to Nino. And Nino's got to be careful. And there he is. He's called for the foul.
An awkward step there by Nino. And one of the things that these Soul players have talked about since they came together about a week before the regular season started is there is a sense of togetherness with this team. All the attitudes and kind of styles clicked. So the team chemistry in terms of being confident in your teammate and, being friendly, etc., all the things that go along with living with all these guys throughout the season is there. And that's a big thing to have early on. And now what we're going to watch as the season goes on is the chemistry on the field, learning what each player likes to do, where someone is going to go on a certain run. And as the season goes on, we'll see that pick up in the Soul, continue to put those chances towards the net.
That was a nice run forward there by Tom Paul. Just sees it go out of bounds. And the center back getting out there showing off his dribbling skills. And we're inside the final 10 minutes now. And we got to throw a shout out to, obviously all the supporters here on both sides. BYU, their fans travel in droves. I'd say the crowd out there is probably 60-40 in favor of BYU. As no strangers to these UNM facilities are the BYU fans.
And it's definitely BYU is an institution that has a following all over the place. You see that here tonight, but you also, Albuquerque Soul fans have done a fantastic job anytime their team has played here at the UNM Soccer Complex. Memorial Day weekend, big 3-day weekend, and these stands are full tonight, and they definitely brought the energy.
Yeah, both sides really bringing in the energy. It's been a great atmosphere, and if you haven't been out to a Soul game, you definitely have to get out at one. I know they have, I think, a couple of more games coming up here at UNM this season, and that's not throwing a knock to where they play at St. Pius. The atmosphere there is, you get a packed house with just over 900 fans over there.
Mm-hmm. And for the Soul, they will have 2 more games here at the UNM Soccer Complex this year. This is just a different environment, especially not just for the fans, but for the players. Experience this college soccer complex and Division I program here at UNM.
It's a nice
2
turn.
Final Four runs, national championship appearance. So they know what top flight soccer is here at the UNM Soccer Complex. And for both Albuquerque and BYU, to get an opportunity to play here, it's a great experience.
Pavlik gathers and gets the throw out to Tom Paul. And the Soul still pressing, looking to find their first goal of the evening here as they trail the Cougars 3-0. Back to Paul again. LeMay. LeMay's going to cut in. Gets it over to Perez. Nice back heel. That was Marshall Miller there. And turnover by the Soul. And Jake Miles just lost that one. Got a little too far ahead of himself there. Tom Paul now coming down here in front. Played it up to Gleedle, who played it right back. And now they'll switch field again. Number 4, Miller, looking for the ball over the top. It's going to fall for Ramos. And he'll get it over to Kasai. Kasai tried to chip the defender. No dice. And BYU content to really just eat up the clock at this point.
Yeah, about last 15 minutes of this contest, you see BYU, as you said, just content, sit back. They've done a really good job all night defensively to absorb some of that pressure from the Soul.
So we've got a goal kick coming up now. And to take this is the goalkeeper, number 24, Brendan Ottman. So I'll give you a couple of minutes to think about this one, JJ. Player of the match. Who's going to get the player of the match? You know, if I had to pick, I'm just going to go out and give it out to Brendan Ottman. You know, you made the point earlier. He's been where he's needed to be. He's made the saves that he's needed to make. He's kept the clean sheet. So I'll go ahead and give the man of the match award to Brendan Ottman, the keeper for BYU.
And you could even put a little asterisk on that, and honorable mention to his 3 center backs.
Yeah.
At the start of the game, and Kurt, Scott, and Lardy, they were really good, especially in that first half where Albuquerque had 4 corner kicks, and they did not get a dangerous chance off any of those set-piece opportunities.
Ball up ahead now to Ramos. Now play it into Kasai and stolen away. Fankhauser. Taylor Fankhauser, he got us off the mark here tonight with his opener. And looking along, that there is Christian Tobler, who came in to replace Cam McLaughlin. And that's Jake Miles turning that one over, gathered up by Tyler Pavlett. So Pavlett trying to get the rest of the Soul forward. That's a good steal there by Fankhauser. Fankhauser still in the box, lays it off. Jake Miles, beautiful block. Follow up, another good save. And it's going to fall to Hunter. Back to Hunter. And the volley is high. A good series of saves there from Tyler Pavlett as BYU were looking to tack on a 4th here in the dying minutes.
Good job there defensively by the Soul. Always a tough situation when you have a player go to ground that deep, especially inside the 18-yard box. But you got the initial block by the defense, and then Pavlett in position. And this is...
Let's go ahead and have a look at that replay there as you see the initial attempt blocked, and then this kick save by Pavlett, and then the final attempt was sent over. That was a good kick save there by Tyler Pavlett. And now coming down the other way, Tommy Ramos. And a little bit of dancing there on the side and has it stolen away. Cleared out, throw-in coming up for the Soul.
And one of the things that actually Lobo men's soccer coach Jeremy Fishbein likes to talk about a lot with his team, possession with a purpose. I think tonight you started to see a purpose for the Soul, a style that they can handle, a style of game that is going to allow them to control the ball, get some opportunities. Now it's just about that final third, which at times can be the toughest part to figure out because you see it. The difference in this game tonight is just the confidence and ability that BYU has when they're up the field.
And that's a good ball played through. Kasai to LeMay, turns in the 18, doing a little bit of dancing. LeMay gets to the end line, tries for the delivery, and it's over the head of everybody. And making a good attempt there for it was Sam Gleedle, but unable to get there.
Yeah, LeMay demonstrating some fantastic footwork in the box, just too much on that cross. And those are the situations that are really going to frustrate the Soul, but ones they'll focus on getting better at.
Counterattack now coming. Leading it is Jesse Hine, and his pass just up ahead of Peyton Pemberton. as we have reached the last of the 90. Just have some stoppage time to come. And we had the injury there to Lardy, as well as a couple of goals. So expecting maybe 2, maybe 3 minutes. Nothing too major here. Played back now. Ramos will switch it up to Dylan Nino. I think that's the first time I've seen Nino in the back line, as he's been playing mainly as a fullback, mostly as a winger. We've seen him making some good runs down the flank, causing some trouble. Let's see how he does here in defense. Does well to win the header.
One of the things that Sol, what they can look forward to as they get back to practice this week, is next weekend they'll be in Provo. So have an opportunity to get back at BYU.
So there you see our 4th official there on the end line, or the touch line, with 3 minutes of stoppage time. 3 minutes. So the Sol needing 3 goals in 3 minutes to salvage a point. I've seen crazier things happen. No, now second thought, I don't think so.
And of course, there's going to be plenty of frustration from the team. You play to win, but you also got to realize early in the season you saw a big step forward for Albuquerque in terms of a style that they can use going forward, and you got to look at the opportunity of going against the Cougars on their field next weekend.
And speaking of going forward, that was Josh Hunter taking the shot and sending it out for a goal kick. Now Tommy Ramos on the far flank was looking for Sam Gleedle, and he picks him out. Gleedle now trying to get down to the corner and sent away by number 21, Capisi. And there's Capisi again getting in to clear it. Perez lays it off for Kasai. Kasai, long-range attempt is blocked. And BYU will see it the other way now. Fankhauser plays it up to Pemberton. That's up to Jesse Hine, back to Pemberton. Just relentless attack here from BYU. And Ramos slides it into LeMay. LeMay. And he's going to be sandwiched, and a foul is called. So here comes a foul. Free kick. Takes it quickly. And that was Gleedle unable to capitalize on the quick kick. And I feel like that, JJ, is kind of a microcosm of the night for the Sol.
Yeah, just that special touch, or that final touch when you need it, not quite there.
So Kasai plays it up to Gleedle now. Gleedle tries to get it up to LeMay there at the edge of the 18. And now going back the other way, Pavlet was well off his line. Offsides is the call. There's Jesse Hine. Almost felt like I was playing FIFA there. I just had the right away reaction of raising the hand.
That's exactly what both defenders were going through right there, just hoping that flag goes up. It does.
That ball now falls to Ramos. Gleedle to Kasai here in the final seconds of the match. That's it. That's all, ladies and gentlemen. The Cougars of Brigham Young University come to Albuquerque and defeat the Albuquerque Sol by a score of 3-0. We saw goals from Taylor Fankhauser, Connor Fordham, and Blake Frischknecht tacking on the third and final goal, as the Sol were blanked here in their second match of the season. So, JJ, real quick, what are your takeaways from this match today?
I think for Albuquerque, to mention that they have a style of play that they can commit to, continue to build as they hit the practice field this week, then look forward to figuring out, all right, where are those finishing touches going to come from. And for BYU, that's a very good team. You saw it throughout the match defensively, and any little opportunity they got on offense, they were able to capitalize.
Yeah, capitalizing definitely was number 9, the striker, Blake Frischknecht. Netted one today that brings his season tally up to 3 goals. As we also saw, as I said, Connor Fordham and Taylor Fankhauser get on the board. As I think we're going to have an interview coming up here for you in just a moment. So looking ahead to this next matchup for the Soul and the Cougars. Again, this one going on in Provo. That one's going to be going on. It's a home game for BYU. The teams will be familiar with each other when we get up to that one, having already played this match against each other. So it's going to be a little bit interesting. What adjustments, if any, do you expect to see from head coach Matt Gordon of the Soul?
Well, BYU being at home, they're going to be more aggressive early. They're going to be comfortable moving forward, comfortable attacking the ball. So actually, the way Albuquerque started here tonight, possession, building up, going forward is going to be important early. But for the Soul, they are going to have to find a way to find the back of the net in the run of play. So far this season, they've scored twice, but it's been from the penalty spot. They're going to need to continue to get that service into the box. And whether it's Sam Gleedle, Luke Lawrence, Guy LeMay playing up top, some point in time they're going to have to come through to show that they deserve to be playing atop this Soul 4-4-2. But hey, it was a step forward for Albuquerque this week from last week, and it's all about the development. Hey, they're going to be a frustrated team, but they're going to get right back at it and get ready for next weekend.
So let's have a look here at some of the action here from this evening's game. We'll go ahead and start it off here with the free kick that was narrowly missed there by Miller. And then just a few minutes later, where we saw Clancy go off the post, and then the turmoil that ensued due to that follow-up by Tommy Ramos.
Unfortunately, that was the best attempt of the game for the Soul that ultimately resulted in a Ramos yellow card. But we saw a wide-open game. The ref let him play tonight.
And here's BYU once again getting into the box and just unable to slot it home. However, they did find the back of the net 3 times, most notably, as we said, on that Connor Fordham sizzler that went off just the underneath, bottom side of the crossbar.
BYU, Fordham got the bounce off the crossbar that the Soul were not able to get tonight.
So we're going to go ahead and step aside for just a moment. We'll be back here to wrap things up. At the University of New Mexico, you're watching ProView Networks.
Don't forget, every ProView Network sporting event is on sale at our DVD store. Go to www.proviewNetworks.com to buy your DVD today.
For 55 years, people have bought trucks from Tillery in Los Lunas. We have a great selection of vehicles, the quality service department, and some of the best deals in the state. But most importantly, we found people prefer to buy trucks from people who actually drive trucks.
Tillery is a proud supporter of ProView Sports Network. Locally owned and operated, located in Las Lunas, right off I-25, exit 203. Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili, breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Gecko's Bar and Tapas, a proud supporter of ProView Networks. It's been a fan favorite spot for food lovers and sports fans. With not one, but 2 great locations, including outdoor patio, an atmosphere you won't want to miss. Gecko's, off Academy and in Nob Hill. Visit the Frontier Restaurant. Due to heavy construction on Central, take lead or coal coming north or south. The Frontier Restaurant. Get your Frontier fix on. Car Crafters, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Are you sure we're supposed to be doing this?
Don't worry, I've watched him do it 1,000 times. Come on, what's the worst that can happen?
No! Bad dog!
Hi, welcome to Car Crafters. What happened? Don't worry, we'll make it like it never happened.
Car Crafters! It's like it never happened!
Terry Cosper Insurance Agency is a proud partner with ProView Networks and a proud supporter of New Mexico high school athletics. Terry's been a local farmer's agent for over 20 years for auto, home, life, and business insurance. Just like high school sports are important, so are teen drivers. For more information, call Terry or one of his licensed staff members at 898-5556. Quotes are available for you.
Altitude Sports Grill is where Albuquerque's sports fans won't miss a game. With locally crafted brews on tap and refreshingly crisp cocktails. Located in Hotel Cascada, Albuquerque residents find a staycation worth staying for. Catching Lobo sports, enjoying a beer on the beach, or wiping out, Hotel Cascada is home to your urban adventure. Affordable guest rooms, no-hassle water park parties, and much more.
Garden Sort's Team Sales is a proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Get into the game. Garden Schwartz Team Sales features fine products and apparel from Wilson, Schutt Sports, Speedline, and Russell Athletics. We offer custom embroidery and screen printing services for all of your school or club needs, from team uniforms to school letter jackets. Specializing in all sports and serving all communities, from big schools to small schools, from up north to down south, or all points in between. Garden Schwartz Team Sales. For great prices, friendly staff, and quality products, call Garden Schwartz Team Sales today at 1-800-880-7767. That's 1-800-880-7767. Since 1939, Garden Schwartz Team Sales is a proud supporter of New Mexico youth athletics.
And welcome back here to the post-game scenes at the University of New Mexico. Again, BYU victorious over the Albuquerque Sol. Now we've got Isabella Gonzalez down there on the grandstands, right in front of the grandstands with an interview. Let's go ahead and toss it down. Isabella, take it away.
Right, I'm here with Coach Patty to tell us his final thoughts about the game. Coach, so at the beginning of the game, it looked like the Sol had a little bit of control, but then what happened?
It's just you get a moment wrong in the span of 90 minutes and do it early enough, and they get a goal, and it kind of gives them a bit of confidence. But I mean, at the end of the day, I can't go home and say that we didn't dominate for 90 minutes there. It was 3 moments. Kid hits a shot of his life, scores a goal. There's your goal number 2. Then maybe there's a bit of anxiety within players. They get the 3rd goal, and then it's like, all right, this is disappointing. But I mean, we regrouped. I thought 90 minutes, played a brilliant match, did everything we could. We got to the attack in 3rd, didn't take the chances they did. That's pretty much how that story went in that game. But other than that, I mean, I think we're very happy with how the boys played. Moved the ball well, but it was just those little moments in transition where, you know, things didn't work the way we wanted it to, and that happens. Guys are still new, getting used to it, but, you know, it's just little moments in the game that changed 90 minutes, and the score doesn't really do justice to how we played. But you know what? Next week, we already have a good look at how they're going to play, and I can see a very different result coming out of that game.
And what's the biggest difference you saw from this game and last week?
Last week, we were a bit anxious, I would say, coming out. It was our first official match. They had already played, I think, 4 matches, 2 U.S. Open Cup matches, which is a high-pressure environment, 2 PDL matches. So there was already the continuity within their team, minus a few players. And we came out today, and you know, we said, you know, we're going to determine this game. We're going to dictate how this game goes. And you know, FC Tucson always has a good program, and I think a lot of the boys, they either know players who've played there, so they're well aware that, you know, they're a good program. So you go in with like a little bit of a small-minded mentality. I think we came out today, and the guys knew that we could dominate this game, and they felt that they could, and they went out and dominated the game. So that's the difference. They showed up, they puffed their chests out, and they got after it from minute 1. So.
And like you said, there were some times where you guys were in control of the game, and you did have a few semi-good shots. How do you finish those for next week?
You know, our chances that we created, I think Sammy had 2-3 strikes from outside the 18 that were well on target. We forced him into some good saves. I think Sam had a very tough angle opportunity that, you know, looking back at it, maybe could have been a handball in the box. I'm sure we'll look at the tape later. That could have led to a penalty. Jack Clancy at the end, I mean, 70th minute hits one off the crossbar. Just the difference was their shot goes off the crossbar, it goes in the net, ours comes back out, right? So next week, I would definitely like to see that we're getting more of those chances inside the 18 rather than outside the 18. So it's just that like final third piece. We've built up, we understand how to play out of the back, proved it tonight against that team. They held strong at the back, but we got to figure out how are we going to get in the attacking third and still be in control of possession rather than being in control of the ball from defense to the middle third and then nothing and producing in the attacking third. So how can we get the ball more in that 18-yard box? And I think that's what we're really going to focus on going into next week and say, let's get those good, clean chances inside the box, not outside the box as much.
Thank you so much, Coach.
Yep, of course, thank you.
All right, that's all we have tonight. Thank you guys so much for watching.
And thank you, Isabella. Again, that was Isabella Gonzalez. She was our sideline reporter. So one more time, BYU victorious over the Albuquerque Sol, 3-0 goals from Taylor Fankhauser, Connor Fordham, and Blake Frischknecht. See the Cougars pick up their second win of the season. So we'll go ahead and wrap it up from here for everybody here at ProView Networks, our cameraman, Dana Childs, and Christian Molina, our director, Josh Brown, my color man, JJ Buck. My name is Tyler Ortega. Thank you for watching.
Guaranteed. You picked a beautiful ring. Thank you. We're never having kids.
I love it here.
We are never moving to the suburbs. We are never getting one of those. We're never having another kid.
I'm pregnant.
I'm never letting go.
For all the nevers in life, talk to State Farm agent Michelle Rudolph or Marty Size in Albuquerque.
The Barley Room, a proud sponsor of ProView Networks for over 9 years, is pleased to introduce Black Iron Catering. From weddings and family reunions to birthdays and office parties, Black Iron Catering is perfect for any event. Contact Jamie at 505-459-8259 and book your event today. Black Iron Catering. Let us bring our kitchen to you.
Hello, mate. It's me, Rusty the Sports Clown. Just kidding, I don't speak French. Check me out, it's gonna be so much fun. See ya.
Hey Lobo fans, I'm Sarah.
And I'm Samantha.
Jaguar Land Rover Albuquerque has been a family-owned business since 1988. The 2017 Jaguar F-Pace has been named the winner of the 2017 World Car of the Year and World Car Design of the Year.
Land Rover's signature terrain response system is flawless against any curveball New Mexico weather can throw at you.
We have a class-leading extended warranty on all Jags and Land Rovers and one of the greatest pre-owned inventories in the state of New Mexico.
Call 505-797-3600 to schedule a test drive.
Oh no, it might be an own goal. And that's a goal.
Beautiful ball. Keeper came out to meet it, then it went through her hands. Sydney, box, still over the ball. There we go.